Alright, we're rolling. Welcome to the Pompy Show. I'm your host, Vamp Cad. Beside me, I got my co-host, Hell Heaven. And today we got a very special guest, motherfucking Skrowisokay. People may know him as Skro. Fucking revolutionary artist, goes crazy as fuck. I appreciate you doing this shit, man.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all having me.
Hell yeah. So, where are you from?
I'm from Washington State, born
So am
and raised.
I.
Hell
I
yeah.
live here too, bro. What city are you in?
Uh, I don't know if I should say that exactly.
Oh
I mean, I
yeah.
guess, but I'll just let you know, close to Canada, pretty close to Canada.
All right, so shit. I'm more in like the city. I'm kind of about to come.
Oh yeah, a little further north than that. Like you know where Blaine is. It's like,
Yes,
you know,
yes, yes, yes.
I'd say like 15, 20 minutes away from Blaine.
Okay, okay. That's what's up. That's what's up. You grew up here?
Yeah. Fucking, I moved around to like little towns and shit. Like,
Oh shit.
shit, I'm trying to think because I don't want to give away too much like
I know
names like
what
that.
you mean, man.
But really, I've always stayed in Washington.
That's dope as shit. Growing up here was kind of crazy, bro. Do you think you had a good childhood growing up here? Or do you think it was lame as fuck? Cause I get mixed receptions from people that grew up here.
Honestly, for me, like I wouldn't say my childhood was bad. Like I honestly I grew up on a berry field, like a berry farm.
Oh fuck.
A little bit. Like my first memories, like when I feel like when I first gained consciousness, let's say I was living at a farm, and basically in like a little, not like a, I guess I call it like I call it like a little trailer home. You know what I'm saying? I was pretty broke for a little bit, but I still had fun,
Yeah.
roaming around and shit. And
So
I have
do
an
I.
older, yeah, so we just hang out. But yeah, overall I'd say it's pretty cool. A little bit before the time of phones and shit. So I was just kind of doing my own thing outside.
Hell yeah, that's fire.
Hell yeah. You got Washington.
What?
So you don't live in Washington anymore, you
No, I
say?
do. I've been here for my whole
Oh,
life.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. Word. Okay. Yeah,
Yes.
let's go.
Hell yeah. When did you start making music?
Fuck, let's see, like late eighth grade, early freshman, like
Great time.
21. Yeah. And when I started making music, it was really shitty. Um,
Everybody starts out in their ass as fuck. It just happens, bro.
yeah, but I've been writing music since I was like 11 or 12, like before I had shit to record with,
Oh
like
shit.
little audio clips, and that was even more cringe. And I used to go by Fresh to Death when I was like 10 years old.
That's
And
fire.
it's,
Is it for a 10 for when you're for your 10? Yeah, that's fire as fuck, bro. Fresh
yeah,
to death.
I gotta shout my mom out because she kind of gave me that name.
That's fire.
And,
Like was it like fresh like with a 2 like the number? Fuck
yeah, I think
yeah,
it's
bro.
like a Jersey Shore type reference or some shit because she like Pauly B and all that shit. But yeah.
Hell yeah, that's fire as fuck, bro. How do you feel on like drugs?
Uh, I mean, for me, I don't really care what people do. I mean, I don't really fuck with harmful drugs.
Yeah.
I mean, I just keep it like I smoke weed. I used to do a little psychedelics, but I don't do those too much no more. But yeah, I don't really fuck with no harder drugs. I
Yeah,
mean, I'm not gonna.
those are crazy.
Anybody can do what they want in their life, but a lot of those harder drugs fuck people's lives. So it's sad, like with all the fentanyl and shit now.
Yeah, it's especially, bro. I get scared. I don't. Caden does not have a plug. I'm not gonna leak my methods, bro. But just know I do not have a plug, bro. I know I'm getting quality shit.
No,
Calvin,
that's
do you have any? Calvin, how about you ask a few questions now?
Can I ask what inspired the witch house like aesthetic you got going?
um. I feel like just hearing Witch House artists, like I discovered fucking like Salem within the past year or two, and like Cemetery's older shit. Like I really like his angelic shit. Like I feel like I'm a fan
Good.
of his like nine bros type shit. Fucking And Lil Peep, shout out, I love those angelic vocals. That's where I really feel like I get the inspiration from. It was way back, especially with layering vocals. Like, I had heard Nirvana do it, I think, or like another band do it in some songs when I was younger, and that really took me. But then I heard Lil Peep when I was a little older, kind of figured out how to do it, looked it up. And yeah, ever since I fuck with that like angelic singing shit. I do my rapping shit too, but I really am a fan of more like angelic singing.
Really
Shit
see
like,
that music.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I can really hear that through your music, man. Hell yeah.
Oh, thank you, man. Thank you. No, I got this Witch House type song that's not released yet. It's one of my favorites. Maybe I'll probably link y'all. I'll link y'all to Google Drive or something.
Ooh, that would be quite nice. I would like to hear this.
Do you remember when you like leveled up your sound, where you went from like this to this?
Good question.
Yeah, that is a good question. I feel like there was a couple different points where I noticed real improvements, and that's when I switched from Audacity to Ableton.
Oh, shit, you used to make shit on Audacity?
Yeah. For a little bit, that was my my DAW because it was free. I had my laptop, but I didn't really know Ableton like that. Like I had some people show me in middle school, like little things here and there, a little bit in high school. But also when I really started looking into how to mix shit for myself, like equalization, compressors, and reverb, and just hearing, like, kind of trying to understand those plugins more and how they work. And even just asking people what their mix is, seeing how they do it. Like when I hung out with Witch God and Jailbot, like they showed me some pointers, and I feel like that even really helped too. Yeah, because compression was what I was stuck on for a little bit, and I feel like I have a better understanding from them.
I like that. I like that a lot. It's really an evolution of sound that you make.
Yeah, I feel like there's not a song that really matches one vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that is something I have got before, because I don't know if it's due to the fact that I like so many different styles of music, what it is, but I like to try different things.
Oh yeah. Are there any genres other than Witch House you've explored?
Things I really haven't released, I guess, or I don't know if I would release at the moment, is like I really like rock, I really like metal, I really love all that shit in guitar. I've tried shit over guitar type beats like band rock shit, but for some reason I feel like I want that authenticity of me actually playing the guitar, my own chords, and I'm just not that experienced yet. But I will be getting more experience.
Good with that, man. Just keep working towards it.
Yeah, thank you. But other genres, I can't really think of right now, but there'll probably be some other shit.
Do you have a favorite producer?
A favorite producer?
Or music?
I think like one of my favorite producers that inspires me so much, and I don't really make music like him, is Tyler. His production, like Tyler the Creator, his production, his mixing, it's just, I think it's almost out of this world, because there'll be some times where I listen to a song that I've listened to for years, and I hear new things that I never heard before within that song, like little chords here and there. And that is the type of artist that when I hear his production or what he makes or what he drops, that shit makes me shed a tear sometimes because of how beautiful it is. It's great.
Are there any art forms other than music you've explored?
Yeah, I make clothes. I haven't been focused on it as much. I've been focused on like making a bunch of music, but I really like making clothes, like screen prints or thrifting jeans and like distressing them or patchwork, dye, shit like that. I do like to draw as well, but I feel like honestly that's something that was kind of like killed off a little bit because I used to draw so much as a little kid.
Yeah.
And I feel like part of focusing on school so much for a little bit just kind of derailed me from that.
I see exactly what you mean, man. That shit happens to me whenever I go to high school.
Yeah, and that's kind of where I fell off with like paying attention to school is in high school, because I feel like I paid so much attention. Like in that middle school didn't really matter, and just hearing all like, I'm not saying all school is bullshit, but there's definitely some bullshit they teach you, and they could be teaching you something better, and that kind of pissed me off, I guess. So I didn't really give a fuck this much anymore.
I like that mindset. Honestly, it's a real one.
Which I'm not saying to people watching you should do good in school, you know, but I just don't think school is for everybody sometimes.
Definitely isn't.
Definitely.
I would who are your like top 5? I'd say like top 5 favorite artists right now.
At the moment, I mean, I'll forever love Nirvana. That's one of my favorite bands.
Crazy Washington influence.
Yeah, I think it's partly a Washington thing, and just such an interesting band. Like, I think all the band members, you know, Chris, Kurt, and Dave Grohl, they're all talented. I feel like Dave Grohl's kind of weird for some reason, but yeah.
Yeah, he's kind of strange. He's a little strange.
Another artist. I've been listening to so much different music, man. It's kind of hard to pick sometimes. But I already said Tyler, so I'll say Earl. Earl Sweatshirt. His wordplay and his flows, like, is crazy, and I feel like he gets kind of memed on sometimes with like his beats and shit. But I feel like that fool should be up there with Kendrick, like status, because that fool's a goat.
I agree.
I have a really good question.
Yeah.
Rank Odd Future from top to bottom.
That's hard. There's a lot of memories. Some I don't even remember, but some of my personal favorites. I don't know. It might even just sound so bandwagon to say Tyler's on top, but he's the creator. He's the OG.
Yeah.
Tyler, Earl, Haji Beats, Domo Genesis. I guess Frank's a part too. That's hard. I feel like I list him like pretty high too. Frank. Let's get one more. Oh, Sid. Actually, Sid and the Internet. Their music's fucking great.
It's good, bro.
Oh yeah.
Like Sunset. That's one of my favorite songs. So vibe.
Know exactly what song it is.
Fucking and Cocaine. I think that has Left Brain on it. That song is home too.
Left Brain.
Actually, my bad.
Did you watch Lawyer Squad?
Oh yeah, bro, I love Lawyer Squad. I want to say that was my first introduction to Tyler before I listened to his music, because my brother was so into Tyler, you know, when I want to say Bastard or Goblin dropped, and I was a little kid, little, and I would watch that sometimes with him, and I didn't discover Tyler till I think 2012, so a couple years later. Yeah, but yeah, that was my first introduction to Tyler, was Lawyer Squad, and that's one of my favorite shows, I'd say.
That's a way to get into Tyler, man.
Yeah.
Any favorite TV shows or movies that inspired like any work you've done?
I don't know if it directly correlates, but like one of my favorite shows is fucking Malcolm in the Middle. I love King of the Hill. I feel like there might be some inspiration there. Definitely South Park, probably. I'm trying to remember another show. I've watched so much shit through the years, and sometimes it's hard
to keep track of it.
Yeah, I feel like, I don't know if I still have this song, but there might have been some like Breaking Bad inspiration type shit.
That's sick.
Yeah.
Do you have any like video games that inspired you as a kid?
Fucking Tony Hawk. Love Tony Hawk.
Which one though?
One of my favorites is American Wasteland or Underground 2. 1 and 2. It's hard to pick. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And I'd always usually play as Bam Margera. Sometimes Sweet Man. Or Shrek. Shrek, man, I had to cheat some because then I was a little kid. I didn't complete the game like that. I had the Shrek characters too. Yeah, this is fire. Another game too, Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Star Wars
For the
Battle. Wow.
That game's fire.
It is.
Yeah. Like that was basically my gaming experience as a little kid. Also, San Andreas. I didn't personally have a copy till a little bit later, but I remember going over to people's houses and playing it. And it's funny because when I was younger, I used to think it looked so real. Like I was like, "Whoa, this looks so amazing! Like this is crazy real." And now it don't look like that.
Yeah.
But that's
What consoles did you have growing
for the longest time. I had a PlayStation 2. At a certain point, I got the Wii. That was pretty fun. Wii Sports Resort.
up? Wii Sports
That
Resort.
game's fire.
The basketball in that game is fucking sick.
The basketball went hard, and even like that little stick game. It was kind of like a sword.
You beat the shit out of people with the stick. I love that.
Yeah, that was my favorite. I also played Spider-Man: Web of Shadows on the Wii too.
Bro,
I know what game that is. It's fire.
bro, I like Spider-Man Friend or Foe too. That was another good game on the Wii.
That game was pretty fire. I'd play that on like homies' Xboxes and shit sometimes. I also had like the Nintendo 64 and the original Nintendo sometimes like at certain points. And the PlayStation 3.
Hell yeah, the PS3.
I'm pretty much PlayStation game.
Yeah, do you have a PS4 now?
Nah, I don't really have a system at the moment. I don't be playing too much games.
I get what you mean. But we focused on the main topic.
Yeah, it's just I like games, but I don't think I can ever get too into them sometimes. Like I'll play a game for a little bit and get bored, I guess.
I do too. That's exactly what I do. Some games are just like, I don't know, they aren't exciting enough.
Not for real. But I know a game I'm gonna want to play the fuck out of is the Spider-Man 2 that's coming out.
Hell yeah, I'm waiting for that shit.
For real, the symbiote. People were hating on it, man, but Insomniac, they've done a pretty good job on delivering to the fans, I would say. I feel like they got the heart for the game. I respect it.
Definitely.
Do y'all got a PlayStation 4, 5, or Xboxes?
I got a PS4.
Mine's right here.
Fuck yeah. See, I'm gonna have to buy that PlayStation 5 because of Spider-Man.
You can't get it on PS4. I feel like you can. It's not the same though, huh? It's like the graphics are way better on PS5.
I could be wrong, but I think it's a PS5 exclusive and PC at some point.
PC.
Not, but maybe.
Because I think they released the first game after a year or two, something like that on PC. I don't know.
I remember the first game.
The first game was fire. It was pretty good, you know. The only thing I would say is sometimes the bosses felt too easy. Like, I wish there was more variety, but it's still a fun game overall. I love it.
I agree.
What was your biggest cosign?
Like by another artist?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a thing, like, I don't want to disrespect anybody I've worked with, because I feel like just working with any artist has exposed me a little bit to some of their fans, you know, and vice versa. Seeing too much, like, growth from one person I've worked with. I feel like all around, it's just each artist I work with, I see a bit of growth. Like, yeah. I don't know. I also, for a while, I haven't been doing it as much recently, but to get myself out there, I would just like self promote. I would like find other artists. That's pretty much what I found. Like Swipe Shoddy, found Witch God, Jailbot, people like that. I found them through this kind of blur. But yeah, shout out. Let me say this. Shout out all the artists I work with. They're all cool people. But yeah, I've done a couple shows, a couple house shows. Then I did this show at this place called the Blue Room. I did that with Skinwalker.
Oh
We had a
shit,
couple of
we just
groups.
interviewed him.
Yeah, I had the homie Jade's Visuals and Adrian Universe. And yeah, that shit was fire. And there's a couple other artists. Like, that shit was fire. We had like, I want to say over 200 people there, and we broke the record for them for having like that much people in one night.
Oh shit.
They were stoked with, but they kind of fucked us out of another show because they went ahead and booked somebody else, and that was kind of fucked. I was kind of pissed off about that. They're like, "Well, we couldn't move you to Sunday." I'm like, "Nah, dude, I had this date booked, and y'all went and booked somebody else. Like that's kind of not cool."
It's fucked up.
But I would like to do more shows, mainly in like I want to get tapped in with like the Seattle area, like more down south.
I'm
Cause
trying to find shows out here, bro. Like, I want to do a show so fucking bad, I just don't know where to look.
I've seen them from time to time. I've tried to connect with some Seattle people. I just feel like I need to find some more people.
Yeah.
More people that kind of make the same vibe, I guess. Because out where I live, there's a scene for like hardcore and like punk right now, and that's mostly what it is. And it's just like I feel like most of the people that fuck with what I do don't even live in my city, so yeah.
I get what you mean, bro. I just want to perform, bro. That should be so fire.
Saying it's fun. I love it. It's nerve wracking. That's why I like take a shot or two or something before,
Hell yeah.
get a little confident. But it's fun. I love it.
Hell yeah. What is like? So what would you classify your music as, like, genre was?
I don't specifically know because sometimes I bounce, but mainly like trap and kind of like maybe I'd say like alternative or like atmospheric witch house type shit. And I do have things like I'm working on my own producing, and I have beats, things that I haven't even dropped because it really sounds. It's something different. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's artists who made similar stuff, but it's more synthy, more melodic. So yeah, I'd like to bring that out, but I'd like to kind of master the craft a little more before I do something. Because when I get my production down, when I work on it more, yeah, I'm gonna do some cool shit.
Man, that shit's fire. Yeah. Do you fuck with Acid Soldier?
Yeah, I can't say I'm too tapped in with him, but I've definitely heard a few of his songs. It's pretty cool. I'll be watching his live sometimes, and
it's funny, bro.
He seems like a pretty cool dude. And I like to smoke too, so we have that in common.
I'm high as fuck as we're talking, bro.
Yeah, I paid for some reposts or some. He actually listened to the song that I reposted. He reposted for me. And, said he fucking, which is pretty cool. Like I haven't bought promo from too many other artists, but I feel like artists don't typically do that.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. Yeah.
Are there any favorite collectives you have?
Collectives or collectives?
Like music groups.
Oh, that I like or that I have? My band.
That you like?
Oh, I'm not really too to be honest. I don't really be listening to a lot of new music. I say I guess I could say some SoundCloud shit. I fuck with what Witch God and Trucker and shit were doing. Dying for Nothing. It's pretty cool. I think Trucker's a pretty cool artist. That fool goes hard and all those fools. I kind of fuck with like summer shit, summers and autumn, like Bird Illusions or whatever.
Some of their shit's really good, but then some of it's like bad. I don't know, they're like hit or miss.
Because that's why I'm like, a lot of new like music, like the lyrics he makes don't like say much. I feel like, but I be vibing to how he says it. Like,
exactly the sounds, bro.
Like, yeah, some of his shit's pretty cool. Can't think of too many groups off the top of my head.
Yeah.
That's so fire though.
Yeah, it's pretty good music too. What kind of like bands do you fuck with?
Bands wise, oh shit, let me get my camera back. bands wise, some of my favorite bands I already listed: Nirvana, Tidal Flight's pretty good. I like some of Pantera shit, Slayer. I love heavy metal. Megadeth.
Oh fuck yeah.
Megadeth. Yeah.
X. I like some of that punk. Minor Threat. Let's see. Green Day's got some good shit. I like their older shit.
It's on my wall, bro. All over my fucking wall.
Have y'all heard of Pennywise?
Yes, bro. Fucking
Yeah,
like a pop punk band, right? Or like more like a kind of like the Offspring. They remind me of the Offspring for some reason. Like that name is making me
I feel like in a couple songs they might sound a little. Yeah, I can hear that a little bit. But yeah, they basically on some fuck the government shit. So that's kind of what I'm about. In a sense. Sublime, love Sublime.
Sublime is fire. R.I.P. the lead singer of that band.
Yeah, for real.
Say Pearl Jam.
Yeah, Pearl Jam.
Yeah.
Alice in Chains.
Alice in Chains is hard.
Yeah, there's a lot of bands. I feel like I could think of more and shit. Oh, Black Flag. Let me even list out Black Flag's hard.
Dude, shout out Henry Rollins, bro.
Okay. I've listened to some of Dead Kennedys. They're pretty dope. I fuck with their shit. This is a really if somebody knows this is gonna be cool as fuck because they were kind of like a local. They were underground, but the Catholic schoolgirls. If y'all ever look them up, they're fire. I fuck with them.
That band name is so fucking cool, bro.
Yeah, I'll have to link y'all or something. They're fire.
Sounds sick.
I don't think they'll be too hard to find now because they like post their music. But a few years ago, it was hard to find their music online.
Do you like any like shoegaze stuff?
I don't really know too many shoegaze artists, to be honest. Would like King Cool be shoegaze? I forget if they were shoegaze. I looked at
Calvin because he's like the shoegaze wizard, bro. I gotta get approval from him, bro.
Like if King Cool is shoegaze, they're pretty cool. I'd say I used to listen to them a lot more like a couple years ago, though. Not as much now. But yeah, I like that. Oh. This is like my summer shit in 2016, Bane's World. That fool, especially off like the psychedelics, that fool's music's so hype.
Really? What kinds of psychedelics?
Personally, I'm just taking shrooms.
Okay. So you haven't done like Salvia or DMT?
Oh, actually, I've smoked DMT once. Never Salvia.
Like, how did you do it? Did you do it out of a cart, or was it like?
My homie had a cart.
Had the DMT cart on deck, bro. You can get them out here. What the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know. I forget who the fuck or how my homie acquired it. He had a homie or something, you know. But anyways,
look at this guy, bro. He's rubbing his hands together and shit.
I have to hook us up after this interview. I hope you know that. If I wanted to for a minute.
Yeah, I'll try to see if I can look into how to acquire that. But the homie's pen wasn't really working too well, and I was like kind of doing some fat pulls, trying to get some smoke out of it, you know.
Yeah.
And it started working, and I took way too fat of a hit, and it scooped me.
Bro, hit the DMT blinker.
Yeah, basically, and as I was exhaling, it's like people say, I was feeling it, dude. And all my homies were looking at me, and it felt like I was like they were looking into a TV screen. Like I was in, yeah, it was crazy. So like I got up, I walked to homie's couch and laid down because like it was too much. It was more than I was expecting, so it kind of tripped me out. Yeah. I feel like I would have.
When you close your eyes?
I feel like I just saw a bunch of patterns. I can't really remember that much, but yeah, I was definitely pretty hard. Like it doesn't last long.
It's fucking crazy, bro. I had an opportunity to do salvia one time. I pussied out. It's scary, man. It's like fuck.
I've only heard of like a couple good trips from salvia. I've only heard mostly terrible trips where people are like freaking out, and I'm like,
they live a life for like 10 years and then they just wake up.
Yeah, this one fool told me that he was like in a zipper world or something, and people were chasing him trying to unzip him or something. I'm like, that just see, I don't want to deal with that.
Like, no, in a zipper world is crazy.
Have y'all done any DMT or anything like that?
Nah, bro. Yeah, I've been wanting to do shrooms, but I never got around to it.
I'd say it's one of the better psychedelics because it's the most natural, in my opinion. It's pretty cool, and it doesn't
I'm not gonna
last as.
feel weird for doing it.
Yeah, and there
Man-made
was a
shit scares me.
yeah, exactly. And especially with all the lacing, like I think people can lace fentanyl and acid out or something. I don't know. Shit I've heard, but
There's no way they could do it on weed, right? Like I was thinking about this the other day.
I've heard they could. I don't know, but I know in carts. I've heard in carts they can, and that's kind of scary
That's
because
really scary.
there was like a school in Seattle, a high school. A couple kids died and got really sick from fentanyl laced carts, and that
Fuck,
I heard
bro.
a couple of years
Yo,
ago.
always get your cards from the dispo, bro.
Yeah, that's why all the people out there get your shit from the
Get your
dispo.
shit from the dispo. Do not trust these. Do not trust Lil Jimmy on the corner.
That's me.
Bro, that's fucking, how do you feel about, like tobacco and alcohol?
I mean that shit is basically like poison, but I mean I think things in moderation aren't too bad. You know, I don't like I said before, people can do what they want with their lives, but not everything's too healthy. Like I think slamming a 12-pack every day isn't the healthiest for you, you know.
Yeah.
But for me, even though it's probably not healthy, you know, I smoke a split, I smoke some split, I drink a couple beers, you know. But yeah, overall, I think people should be able to do what they want with their lives. That's up to them to do. I mean, if they decide to go that route, that's them.
Oh yeah, that's a really good mindset to have about it.
Yeah.
All I know is that food tastes a whole lot better when I'm off of the green substance.
Oh, for sure.
That shit
I
is
feel like time smoking. Like I remember eating some Dominoes when I was baked as hell, and I swear it was the best Dominoes in my life.
Oh fuck.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm doing right as we speak.
Really? Nah, show. I need proof.
yeah, some verification.
Need some verifications, guys. Oh my fucking god.
That's gas.
You got Dominoes on deck, bro.
Fuck it.
Fucking yeah, bro. Who do you want to work with in the future? Like somebody you could like that you would like die to work with.
Ooh, somebody I really want to work with. And I hit this fool up before. This would probably be a more melodic track. I actually hit him up just to listen to my music. This fool named Mix Matches. I don't know if y'all have heard of him.
His name sounds fire.
Yeah, he produces too. He's produced for people like I want to say Isaiah or whatever his name
Oh,
is.
Isaiah GG?
Yeah. Some of those fools. He's done some songs with Nasgov or however you say that fool's name.
I know who you're talking about.
So I don't know. I might be butchering it. My bad. But I hit that fool up. You know, I was like, hey, I really fuck with your music. You know, essentially, if you could take a listen to mine, that'd be much appreciated. And bro just said no.
He said no.
But, yeah, and I mean, yeah, which he probably gets messages like that all the time, you know. But I still work with him. I want to work with Early Grave. That fool's music's pretty fire. Like, yeah. I feel like we can make some pretty dope shit. Oh, there be some other fire. Oh, Ghost Summon. Try to make some trap shit.
Ghost Summon soon.
That's fire. If he happens to watch this, which I don't know if he will. Yeah, we need to work Ghost Summon. Let's make some shit happen.
That's crazy, bro. Everybody in the Witch House community is like together, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I fuck with a lot of people's music out here, you know.
You fuck with not Louis?
Yeah, Louis pretty hard, man. He makes and his memes, bro. His memes are so funny. Like I don't be fucking with TikToks like that, but I'll watch his TikToks. Like Louis.
Talking to him, interviewing him was a trip, bro. He's cool.
Oh, I didn't know y'all interview. I haven't watched that one.
Today.
I'm gonna have to
Yeah,
tune into that.
it's
Yeah,
fucking
that feels hella cool, bro.
it's hella cool. I
Um,
was tripping out talking to him and seeing this fucking guy since I was like 14 on my For You page.
that's wild. No, an interview that was wild to me too was the Harlow Road interview. I would like to
Man,
work with him. I've heard he is very like selective with
he's
it and like he used to really fuck with you. But that fool's hard. I
talking to him.
ordered
He's
his.
very chill and down to earth. He's
And
very
honestly, give him a DM and he'll talk to you.
yeah.
Yeah, and he seems like cool people. He seems like a genuine fool. And like I hit him up after I bought the shit, and he was like, he sent me an audio message, and he was like, thank you.
Yeah,
That was pretty cool. That was pretty cool.
he's dope. Man. Everybody in the Witch House community has been dope. I'm not gonna lie. All these TikTok motherfuckers about to call me a fucking new gen. I'm just gonna see it all over my fucking For You page. Vampcat's a new gen. I got into Witch House like a year ago because of this fucking guy, bro. Like he's been telling me about all of you guys for like dead ass a year, bro.
It's too
Yeah, it's crazy.
And like I don't know, I didn't. It's not that I didn't listen before, bro, but I was just like stubborn, bro. I was very set in like my ways, and what I wanted to listen to was what I was gonna listen to. But then I stopped being so fucking uptight.
No, it'd be like that sometimes. It'd be like that. There's definitely some artists that I skipped over, but then found them later on, and I'm like, why the fuck did I ever skip over this person? Because I didn't want to.
Exactly. I did the same thing with Acid Soldier. It's fucking.
Yeah, no, that fool's music is different, but it's fire.
It's really fucking good, bro. I listen to like it like I don't know, like cures my ADHD. It's like his music is like if fucking my thoughts were put onto paper, bro.
Yeah, for real. Fuck, what's his name? I just had it. It's one of those fools that's in. I think he's in Two Things. Is it
Pompy,
Pistolero?
Pistolero.
Yeah, I think Pistolero.
We
That
reached
fool
out
goes.
to him for an interview.
That's fire.
We
Yeah,
got
y'all
him
have
on.
been
It was
putting work.
we're getting one with Mr. Cheezel and Kino Pro
and
That's
CP.
hard.
and CB.
Okay.
I forgot about CP, bro.
I'm not too familiar with CV, but y'all been putting in the work for real. Like that's
We've been
respected.
at it for like a month too.
Thanks.
We just started this shit out like interviewing our friends.
Yeah, no, when y'all hit me up, man, I was hype. I'm always down to do it. And fucking.
Hell yeah! Did you find us off the WitchCon interview?
No, I want to say I seen it from. I think Wish got posted on the story, but I want to say I was one of y'all. I was following each other, like one of y'all. Like,
Probably
little
this
thing,
guy.
but
Probably
I
this
was
guy.
following. Yeah. For a little bit. So I think that's kind of how it happened. Like I seen I was following him, and I was like, shit, I'll check this out.
Hell yeah! We appreciate. We kind of rescheduled this one a few times, but it ended up
Yeah, I know. I'm glad. We got it to work.
Yeah,
Like, that's some shit.
bro. We
So,
were gonna do it. I think originally it was supposed to be Friday, right?
yeah. And then I
And
think I
bro,
was busy.
and I ended up because we had been like working like that whole week. It was just really overwhelming because that's when we started getting DMs back from people like big artists and shit. And Friday we had like 5 interviews planned or something, and I was like, I can't fucking do that, bro.
Yeah, I mean, people are gonna be down, because to be honest, I mean, I haven't explored it too much, but I don't think there's too many people reaching out and for what there's obviously other people that do interviews, but not. I don't know. I feel like y'all going at it good,
Yeah,
Do
we're open to anybody, bro. You get a fucking 4 plays, bro. We'll still do a fucking interview, bro. As long as you're good, bro. As long as your music is genuinely good. We had to delete an interview one time because dude started making music mid-interview, and it was like, I'm like very subjective music, but it was bad. It was really fucking bad, bro. And his lyrics were really bad, and he kept, bro. It was fucking, bro. I don't even know how to explain. I'll send you the clip later, bro. It's fucking insane.
Yeah, no, that's the thing, man. It's like plays don't matter too much. Numbers don't really matter all too much. Because there's people who have fame that aren't really even that talented. You know what I'm saying? There's
Exactly.
people who notice that. I'm not knocking them. That's their hustle. But there's people
Why the
who have.
fuck is French Montana famous?
Yeah, he had a couple banging songs. I used to listen to him a little bit.
Yeah, but like the
But
features were always so much better than him, bro. Like,
yeah, there's some artists like what was his name? Like when Boom started making music and shit. It's like,
bro, and then he became a fucking religious fiend, and changed his name to John Garbana or something. I think he used his real name.
that's crazy. if he got his life together, I respect that because it seemed like he was going through a
When he
bad
got the
path.
haircut and then ran out and didn't pay, bro. That video is influential to our lives, I think, for sure.
Yeah. But I kind of derailed from that a little bit. But yeah, like there's even artists that don't get plays that are so talented, you know. And it's realistically about staying true to yourself and putting yourself out there. You know?
Exactly. We
Like
yeah, I want to interview everybody, bro.
yeah.
Like, I've been a fan for so long of people just sitting back, bro.
No, that's the cool thing is not many people think about it, but a lot of artists are down if you just reach out, you know, to ask them something.
Literally.
You know, they'll hit you back. You know.
Unless you're like, heck, we need to make a song now. You don't even know who they are. We need to
Yeah,
work now.
and mostly with that, it's. I think I heard this from somebody else, but it's like they want to see that you're money ready. So if you're like, hey, let's make a song, I'm money ready. Like, let's get it. Maybe work a little budget. Maybe they'll cut you a deal because they're like, hey, bro, I saw you got the cash. Like, I see your
What's the method
your
to get people to buy opens from you?
Wait, what?
What's the method to get people to buy opens from you?
I don't really sell opens. Like, I don't at the moment. I'm not really doing that. You know,
I've
if I fuck with,
tried, bro. It's just hard. I feel like I don't know.
I think artists should focus on like in my eyes. I see it as I'll just work with people. So that way we kind of branch out. Other people hear each other's music. You know, their fans hear my shit. My fans hear their shit. People that like
I
my
only
music. You know.
really charge people that like I know or like I don't know how to explain it, bro. Some people like you just have to charge them, bro. Like they just don't know how to mix, bro, and it's like this is gonna like throw my this is gonna fuck me up, bro. Like
I see, and that's why like I'd either like at this point like give them advice. You know, like hey, maybe work on your mixing.
I've
Let's get back
tried,
into
bro.
it. You know? And there are some people that just you know have no patience. And, yeah, those are the like all right,
Or
pay
when
per
you're
feature.
like tell them something and you're like, call my music ass. I'm better than
Yeah,
you.
yeah. When people get upset, that's kind of more on them because if you're not
Yeah,
being a dick about giving somebody some advice, you're like, hey, this is something I noticed you could work on. That's good. You know, that's you should seek
constructive
after this.
criticism.
Yeah, and that's why you know I'm down for people to tell me if like oh I don't like the sound on this. And that's why I even show my friends or show people I'm like hey tell me how this sounds. Does it sound off to you? Let me know your opinion.
Dude, my IRLs never ever gave me advice on music. They would just sit there and stare at me when I played my shit, bro.
Damn, that's
Some
fucked.
bullshit, huh? Some bullshit, bro.
See, it's like it. Be honest. If you don't like it, just don't like. If you're gonna say nothing at all, like that's almost worse. I think.
Yeah.
At least you know.
But, yeah, bro, I think we're gonna end the interview here, bro. Shout out who you want to shout out, bro. Sure.
Shout out, you know, all the people that helped me along the way. You know, all the people I came up with in music. Shout out Adrian Universe. Shout out Steven01. Shout out Jade's Visuals. Fucking, I don't want to miss anybody. I'm gonna feel bad. I'm kind of thinking about it. But, shout out Wish God. Shout out Joe by those fools and people. Shout out Skinwalker as well. Shout out my family. Yeah, just shout out everybody I love. You know who you are. All right, I appreciate it again. I appreciate the interview.
Of course, bro. Anytime, bro. And I'll fucking. We're gonna drop this next week on, I think, Monday, bro. So I will send you the link then. I'll promo that shit on my story. You'll see me around, bro.
Yep. I'll do the same. Y'all have a good night.
Peace out. You too, man.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
I'm sorry, what was that? You kind of cut off.
Peace out, bro. You too.
Oh, yep. Peace out.